What if I told you the biggest thing blocking you from success wasn't your time, wasn't your money, and wasn't your skills, but it was actually something that you can't even see? Have you ever felt like you're consistently doing all the things in life, but you still feel stuck in the exact same place and like you're not actually moving forward? I am going to show you the exact hidden beliefs that are more than likely holding you back from living the life that you truly want and the life that you truly desire. I'm also going to show you exactly how I uncovered my own limiting beliefs and really identified what was holding me back by using my inner purpose blueprint as well. So for those of you who don't know, I was a registered nurse for 7 years and I was working over 60-hour weeks in an emergency department in Sydney. What I didn't know then and what I do know now is completely different. And what I mean by that is what I didn't know then is that I had so many internal blocks holding me back. I had so many old past stories that I was continuously telling myself as to the reason why I couldn't be successful in my life. And when I say successful, I mean financially independent, living a freedom-based life, doing all the things that I literally wanted to do. And I know that sounds really broad and probably a little bit vague, but I want to ask you, do you constantly not do things in your life and you don't even know why? There is a hidden block there. There is a limiting belief that is actually holding you back from making the decisions that you actually want to make. And also the limiting belief is holding you back from living the life that you truly want to. I was honestly living my life on absolute autopilot. I was constantly saying to myself, is this literally my life? Is this what it's going to be for the next 30, 40, 50 years? Because if it is, I actually did not sign up for this. And I share this because I am not a mirror of perfection. What I am a mirror of is someone who went deep and went within to really uncover why it is that I was holding myself back and what was actually coming up for me. I think it's really important to go deep in this part of your life because when we grow up, we're accustomed to a lot of things, our parents aren't to blame. We have to take full ownership of the people that we are today. But what happens is when we're kids and in our youngest years, we're exposed to a lot of different environments, we're around a lot of different things, and these are the stories that really shape the internal dialogue. So it really shapes what it is that we tell ourselves on a subconscious level, and this is how we really start to identify limiting beliefs. So I want to ask you, have you built a stable life? Do you feel comfortable, confident, and really fulfilled in what you're doing? And the answer is more than likely yes, which is amazing. We love that. But what I want to ask you is, do you feel like you're not pushing forward in areas of your life? Do you feel like there's something holding you back, whether it's holding you back from finding high value men? Whether it's holding you back from living completely independent. And when I say independent, I mean, financially independent. You don't need to rely on your parents, on your mom, on your sister, on your brother, anyone for finances. You live in abundance of money and you have money. You don't feel like, oh, can I buy that this week? Should I wait till next week, right? So you have complete independence over your finances. Do you also feel like you have full confidence and back yourself? You trust yourself. You have full conviction and clarity around the woman that you are and what it is that you're trying to achieve in life? Do you have complete purpose in the decisions that you make in order to where they're leading you to be successful in your life, right? This can be in your career, this can be in your own business, this can be in the online space, this can be with traveling, it can be anything, okay? I want you to ask yourself these questions because if you answer no, or if you have uncertainty to any of these questions, you actually have stories that have been told to you or stories that you have been telling yourself that have formed into an internal limiting belief that are actually holding you back from becoming the complete woman that you're trying to be in all areas of your life. If you're someone who completely craves more as well and you're constantly asking yourself these questions, are you laying there and saying, is this all that my life is? Are you asking yourself, is this all that I am worthy of in finding a man? Are you saying to yourself, is this all the money that I'm going to make? Is this how I'm going to live my life for the rest of my life? Am I constantly going to be stressed about finances? Am I constantly going to put myself and my needs on the back burner? If you're constantly doing these things and asking yourself these questions, it's because there's an internal dialogue, there's an internal limiting belief holding you back from making the decisions to move forward in your life, from you actually being able to step into this woman, because there's a limiting belief there, there's a block, there's a mental block, and you might not necessarily know what it is, but this is exactly how you're going to start to uncover what it is. And this is the framework of the inner purpose blueprint. This is how we really start to go deep and uncover it. Because in order for you to have anything that you want in life, you actually have to overcome your own limitations and your own blocks, your own limiting beliefs, because it's no one else that holds you back from getting where you want to go in life and getting the things that you want in life. It's actually yourself. You are the biggest reason, you are the biggest block to your own success. And when you're the biggest block to your own success, what tends to happen is you tend to look for blame in other areas. So if you're working with a health and fitness coach, you'll kind of blame your coach for the lack of results. If you're in business and you're working with a business mentor, you'll blame your business mentor for the lack of results that you have. But that is because you actually haven't gone within. You haven't unblocked that own limitation, that own limiting belief that's holding you back. Because 9 out of 10 times, we're just one small decision away from actually becoming successful. You're literally 3 feet from gold. And if you stop digging, if you stop working, you're going to miss out on all the gold, and someone else is going to get it, because they know how to overcome their own limitations and their own blocks in order to be successful in any area of their life. If we have been around toxic relationships, men that don't look after us, we have told ourselves that we're not worthy of true love, that we have to beg for love, then we're framing our mind to only accept that, right? But that's not what we deserve. That's not it, right? What we need to do is we need to go within and we need to say, what has shaped me that's led me to think and feel this way about myself? You need to write down the limitations, and then you need to reverse engineer them, and you need to turn them into something positive, so that way you're speaking positively about yourself to yourself, so that way you're actually able to literally brainwash yourself to overcome those limitations, to overcome those blocks, so that way you can keep pushing forward. But in order to truly identify the limitations, it's nothing surface level, okay? This is exactly what I say to my clients in CEO Foundations. It's not AI, it's not surface level shit, okay? You have to go deep, you have to sit with yourself, and you have to get honest with yourself. Because the more that you hold back and the more that you're so vague and surface level, the more that you're actually pulling away from being successful in all areas of your life. I know for a fact that at least every single person that I speak to every single day, right, they're looking for independence in finances. They're looking for more travel freedom. They want to travel more. People, more than ever, they want to be able to do what they want when they want without asking for permission, right? It's all over social media. It's plastered all over Instagram, right? But the thing that people don't talk about is what it actually takes to be successful in your life, in all areas of your life, okay? I used to think that I wasn't worthy of being with a man that I didn't have to beg to love me, right? To beg to accept me, beg to prioritize me, until I just let go. I let it go. I said, this isn't it. I would rather be single and prioritize me for the rest of my life than put up with that. When I let go of that and I said to myself, no, like, you're actually so worthy of this. The things that you see when you see the women with the men who look after them, you're worthy of that. You deserve that in your life. You have gone through hell and high water and you deserve that. The moment I reframed the way that I visioned myself and the way that I spoke to myself, I found the man of my dreams. What I literally thought was impossible for me to have in my life, I now have. And this isn't some woo-woo shit. This is literally you stopping the negative self-talk that you have for yourself, you identifying the limitations and the blocks that are holding you back from what you want in life and what you deserve, right? You want something because deep down inside, you know that you deserve it. You just don't know how to get it. because there's blocks in the way, because old stories that you were told, the way that people used to speak to you, treat you, the love that you grew up in, right? That's all limitations. That's all limiting beliefs. That's all blocks that are stopping you from being successful. The other thing as well is like, we also fear failure, right? We fear that if we try something and we do something, that we're going to fail. And that a lot of the time has to do with the environment that we're surrounded with, right? And what we tell ourselves. So if we're so fearful of failure all the time, we're actually putting up our own limitation and our own block to going where we want to go in life, to becoming who we want to become. So what we have to do is we have to say, it's okay if I fail, right? I don't like to say fail. I tell my clients all the time, you only fail if you stop. You only fail if you quit, right? Failure, and when you don't get to the end destination of something that you're trying to get to, that's not failure. That's just a sign that you did well and you got yourself to a certain point, but there's something missing. And a lot of the time, the thing that's missing is an internal block that we have, right? You want to go to the next level in your business. You want to hit 100K months online, okay? That's fine. That's all well and good. It's amazing. You can definitely do that. But have you walked all the paths in order for you to get to 100K months online? Okay, have you overcome all the small blocks, all the small things that you need to overcome in order to get there? Because there's levels to everything in life, but the levels only unlock when you unlock the limitations and the mindset blocks that are holding you back. 99% of things in life is mindset. And you overcoming your own limitations, you overcoming your own internal dialogue, you overcoming your own limiting beliefs in order to get to the next level in life. That's what it is. But it sounds easy, but it's not as easy as you just walking away and doing it, because 99% of people won't go and do the hard work. That's exactly why I created the Inner Purpose Blueprint. Because when you have something to follow that's going to continue edging you forward, you have a blueprint, you have what's worked before to push you forward, right? So if you're sitting there and you're like, hell yeah, like I actually have a fair few of these limitations, don't talk negatively to yourself. Everyone has limitations, everyone has limiting beliefs, everyone has blocks, right? You just now need to be the 1% of people and overcome them. And how do you overcome them? By doing the inner work, by working on yourself, by getting really clear and really deep with yourself, right? Once you do that, you'll start to unlock new levels of life in relationships, independence, finances, travel, business, all the things. In your career, you will start to go to new levels. You just have to go within and unlock those limitations, and then that's what's going to propel you forward, right? And I love mentoring people through this. I just love it so much. So if anything of this resonated with you, if you want more support with this, just message me on Instagram. Just message me Blueprint. I will give you so much advice on how I started to overcome this, because once you unlock this, I know that it's going to take you to the next level. Once you are able to actually identify your limiting beliefs and your mental blocks, everything else is going to be fine.